So, you'll want to set up a dolly for your creative film project. In this video I'm going to show you all the steps you need to take to set up a dolly like this, including all the health and safety precautions you need to take and practical considerations before setting up. Before you begin setting up the dolly, you should take a few things into consideration. First of all, do you actually need to use a dolly? You shouldn't need to use a dolly for a simple static shot like this, or for a shot which uses simple pan and tilt functions like this. You should also consider your location. Does your location allow you to be able to set up a dolly easily? Setting up a dolly in an exterior location is often difficult, as they can't be set up on a hill or on bumpy surfaces. If you do need to shoot an exterior shot that requires movement, consider alternatives such as a Steadicam. The first part of setting up the dolly is laying the tracks down. When taken out of the case, dolly tracks will appear sorted individually and with an X shape between the tracks. To untwist the tracks, simply push against each side until it slides loose, and the two bars at either end of the track run horizontally with one another rather than diagonally. Repeat with each track and line them up straight. Once the tracks are laid out, they must be secured. In this bag I have plastic plugs, end plugs, and Velcro straps which are essential to keep the tracks secure. Plastic plugs can be used to connect the tracks by inserting them between each of the tracks. Velcro straps should be used to keep your setup tight and secure. From the centre of each piece of track, slide the Velcro underneath the top bar of one track and onto the bottom bar of the next piece of track. Tightly pinch each bar as you do this so that the Velcro is attached as tightly as possible between the tracks. Test how securely the Velcro is on by kicking the tracks. If properly secure, the tracks will not move or come loose when you kick them. The next thing to do is to attach end plugs at either side of each end of the tracks. This stops the dolly from coming off the tracks when in motion. The black plastic pieces can be placed under the weak spots in the dolly track to add support and to make your shot more stable. Now you're ready to set up the dolly and the camera. First, set up the dolly base appropriately. A dolly base has 3 slots which you can attach legs to. Adjust these so that the slots are adjacent to one another and the third slot is on the opposite side of the base. Next, attach the 3 legs. 2 of these legs should be identical and attached to the other 2 slots adjacent to one another. The third leg is slightly different and is extended with an extra part that allows for more movement. Next, attach the wheels to the legs. Each wheel has an attachment that can be slotted through a hole found in each of the legs. Once they've been slotted in, you should be able to rest the wheels on the tracks. The next step is to mount the tripod. You may need somebody to help you with mounting the tripod as the wheels can move about, so it's a good idea to have someone to stop the base from moving. The dolly base has 3 points for each individual leg of the tripod to be placed, which can be found at the end of each leg. Spread the tripod legs to the correct width and slot in the hooks found at the end of each tripod leg. Now that the tripod is properly mounted and secured, determine the seating position of your camera operator. The dolly base has 2 threads where a seat stand can be attached. Pick the thread you want and attach the seat stand. Make sure the stand is attached to the thread, finger tight, and finish adjusting it before the seat is placed on it and your camera operator uses the seat. Then place the seat on top of the stand. It should immediately lock onto the stand without any further tightening or adjusting. Finally, mount the camera onto the tripod and ensure everything is safe and secure by gently shaking the tripod and camera setup, and then try moving the dolly along the tracks. Now that you've got your dolly set up, it's time to get creative with your equipment and your shots. Depending on the height of the camera and the tripod, you might be able to see the tracks in the shot. Using different camera lenses can help overcome this problem, so make sure you've got a few lenses to hand when you're on your shoot. Using a dolly in your film gives you a lot of options for camera movement. For example, you can push forwards and track in on your subject, or you can pull the dolly backwards and track out away from your subject. You can also turn the tripod around and have a sideways tracking shot from either to the right or to the left. The trick to getting great and impactful dolly shots for your film is to use it sparingly and don't overuse it. You should plan out your shots carefully and don't waste time on elaborate shots that aren't going to end up used in the edit. Now you know how to safely set up a dolly. Thanks for watching!